Today I messed up by getting sick at my girlfriend's apartment, nsfw. This happened Friday night, and it's a long one, but buckle up because it's a doozy. Friday night I took my girlfriend out to a local Italian restaurant we both like for Valentine's Day. She ordered lasagna and I had Alfredo. Dinner went well, our food was good, but I had some rumbling going on in my gut that was very foreboding. Fast forward a couple hours, I'm laying in bed and all of a sudden I get nature's call, but not in a normal way. I sit down and begin straight up pissing out of my ass. Then, mid-shit, I feel it starting to come up my throat, grab the trash can, and begin puking up all of the Alfredo I'd eaten earlier. I hurled about 5 times, and the amount of vomit was honestly impressive. Now, I don't know if you've ever puked up Alfredo, but let me tell you, it's not a good thing to puke up. I don't know if there is such a thing that is good to puke up, but Alfredo isn't it. So, here I am, shorts around my ankles, with some of the worst diarrhea you can imagine, while simultaneously puking into the bathroom trash. I clean myself up, then grab the trash to take it out to the dumpster so her apartment doesn't smell like vomit. Curveball, trash bag is leaking and now I've gotta wash out the bin, too. Awesome. So, I grabbed another trash bag and head for the dumpster. It's cold out, so I put on pants and a coat, and I still feel like shit. I toss my gross trash bag into the dumpster and go to head back inside when, oh fuck, I forgot my goddamn keys and I'm locked out of the apartment building at 11 p.m. I go around to the front of the building, hoping that my girlfriend will wake up to the sound of me buzzing, trying to get back in. I buzz a couple times, wait a minute, buzz a few more times, wait another minute, and by now I'm afraid that I'm going to freeze to death. I can't even go sit in my car because my keys are in her apartment and I left my phone inside too. So now I'm thinking that I'm going to freeze to death outside, and I start panicking and buzzing her neighbors, hoping someone is awake and will let me in. Thankfully, the 4th apartment I tried was kind enough to let me in after I explained my predicament. When I got back to her apartment, she's still fast asleep, hadn't moved an inch. I took a nice hot shower and crawled back into bed, thinking that it was all over. Boy was I wrong. It should also be noted that the shower drain was mostly clogged, because that's important to the story too. 2 a.m. I wake up again, this is where the fun begins. My bell rang and I was up again for round 2, but this time it was so much worse. Same liquid shits as before, and about halfway through I realize I'm going to puke again, which was surprising because I wouldn't have thought I had anything left after round 1. But boy did I this time, there was no bag in the trash bin, so I knew I was going to have to wash it out again. I begin violently shitting and vomiting again, and after hurling another 4 times things start to get blurry. I must have passed out for a second because one moment I'm praying for the sweet release of death with the trash can in my arms, and the next thing I know, I'm sprawled out sitting on the toilet and trash can is on the floor, upright, but there's puke everywhere. So here I am, sick as fuck, naked on the toilet, and I've made a huge mess all over my girlfriend's bathroom. Best part, she's still fast asleep. I open the door and start calling her name, and I fill her in on my current situation. She gets me some cleaning supplies and a mop, and I start cleaning up my mess. I dump the vomit into the toilet, clean it out in the tub, but the drain is mostly clogged so now there's puke chunks floating around in the tub. She had a drain snake, thankfully, so I pulled a giant wad of hair out of the shower drain, finished cleaning up the bathroom, and then cleaned myself up. Turned out that I caught a virus from a coworker and it wasn't actually food poisoning. Spent all of yesterday and today sick, but I'm finally starting to feel better. I ended up having the liquid shits during the whole thing, but I only woke up to puke one more time at about 6 a.m. that next morning. Thankfully my girlfriend is a sweetheart and took care of me while I was sick. Too long. Didn't read. Thought I had food poisoning, turned out to be a virus. Violently shit and puked, then got locked out of girlfriend's apartment building in the freezing cold. Violently shit and puked one more time, passed out and dropped my puke bucket, making a huge mess in her bathroom, which I then had to clean up. All in all, 2 stars, would not recommend. Today I messed up by pressing on the butt plug. Obligatory, so this happened around 4 hours ago. Also this is a throwaway account as no way am I using my own account. Kids were visiting friends as it is their Easter vacation. So me and the wifey were having some really good sexy time, which I first though I did not want as I have not been feeling too well. I showered and then we got to it, so while she was on top. My wife is extremely pretty, like beyond supermodel pretty, so I always get really into it. My hand was resting on her ass cheeks as it often does. I started to push her butt plug as I often do for stimulation. This was the fuck up. As it got sucked right in and we stopped there and then, she got really scared and angry. I told her to go to the bathroom and try to literally shit it out. No amount of pushing got it anywhere, so I got lots of lube on my hands and tried to pull it out. To our detriment, it only got pushed further and further in. We now only had minutes until the kids would come home, and we were both in our birthday suits. On the bathroom floor, with my finger knee-deep in her ass, just poking around. Finger barely surviving the pressure, as it was being crushed by her sphincter. In the end I had to apply even more lube, and after many, many tries, I finally managed to get 3 fingers in. The butt plug did several somersaults inside her ass, and in one of them I managed to position it so that it no longer was horizontally inside of her and pulled it out. Poor woman must have been in so much pain. I feel horrible and wonder if she will ever want to use the thing again. It is also the first time I actually have so many fingers inside of her and so deep into her anus. We managed to get through it all before the kids came home, and it all ended well. She was scared to death and did not want to go to the emergency room with this mishap. Too long. Didn't read. Push butt plug, it got sucked in, had to get my fingers so far inside as I have never been and pulled it out.